Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the gorgeous campus of Pace Brantley School for the second annual Students versus Faculty Flag football game. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Zachary Chapman alongside Joe Gill. And Joe, what a matchup we have today, especially compared to last year.
No kidding. For one thing, the teachers are going to have to keep a really close eye on Ryan Sabota. After last year when he ran the ball off an interception all the way from end zone to end zone, as well as Kyle Dixon, who is co-captain and is looking for his third back-to-back student win.
I also hear that Brendan Winship is unable to play this year.
Yes, it is. Brendan is currently recovering from a minor injury, so he will be watching from the sidelines this year.
So who's taking his place?
I hear that Carson Reed will be filling in for Brendan.
And looking for their first teacher win, the newbies on the student team, Miss Nichols and Miss Halachek. Hopefully Mr. Starcher, the captain of the faculty team, has drilled enough confidence into them to get them through this game. Without any further ado, let's meet the...
Thanks, Joe and Zach, for an excellent flag football pregame show. We'll have those highlights later on. I'm Shane Sapp. Today is March 8th, 2019.
And I'm Aaron Levesque. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Pace Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are Pace, pledge to treat everyone with fairness, kindness, and respect.
In doing so, check out my segment, Sports Activated, followed by Outside News.
Welcome to Sports Activated by Aaron Levesque. Here's the NBA for this week. The Magic take on the Mavericks March 8th at 7 p.m. The Heat and the Cavs March 8th at 8 p.m. The Heat versus the Raptors March 10th at 3:30 p.m. The Magic versus the Wizards, March 13th at 7 o'clock. The Heat then take on the Pistons, March 13th at 7:30 p.m. The Rockets and the Warriors, big time matchup, March 13th, 9:30 p.m. Here is the list for the top 10 NBA players' assists per game. Here's the NHL this week. Panthers versus the Wild, March 8th, 7 o'clock p.m. Lightning and Red Wings, March 9th at 7 o'clock p.m. The Lightning versus Maple Leafs, March 11th at 7 o'clock p.m. The Jets versus Bruins, huge matchup, March 14th at 8 p.m. The Sharks versus Panthers, March 14th, 10:30 p.m. Here's the MLS for this week. Orlando City takes on the Chicago Fire, March 9th at 1 o'clock p.m. The FC Dallas versus LA Galaxy, March 9th, 3:30 p.m. Tune in next week for more sports coverage.
Hello Pace Pirates, and welcome back to Outside News. Alabama was hit with a large EF4 tornado a few days ago. The tornado's winds was estimated to be 170 miles per hour, demolishing Beauregard and Smith Station. The tornado killed 23 people and injured 90 people. Luke Perry, an actor who was in shows like Riverdale, has died at the age of 52 last Monday. The cause of death was from a massive stroke. Rest in peace, Luke Perry. Going to a more positive note, How to Train Your Dragon 3 has earned a total of over $30 million in the box office so far. The movie got a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Here's where I got my info from, and have a wonderful day, Pace Pirates.
Oh, by the way, hey Shane, that was a pretty intense game out there, right?
Definitely. Let's check out the flag football highlights to see the inside scoop.
Welcome to the second annual Faculty vs. Students Flag football game. The teachers would win the coin toss and they would elect to take the ball here to start the game. The very first play, the little pitch to Mr. Icky. It's back to Mr. Starcher. They're looking for a big play on first down, and they're going to get it as Mr. Starcher finds Mr. Klein. 2 plays later, there's the pitch to Mr. Starcher. He avoids the rush. He's searching. Who's he find? Miss Riki for the touchdown, and the faculty takes the opening score as they celebrate. Here's the extra point. Mr. Starcher, a little play action. Mrs. Grant is wide open in the center of the field, and it's 7-0. The students' opening possession will begin, but a run to Ty Crafton. There's a missed pulled flag by Mr. Starcher, and Ty gets a 20-yard gain. 2 plays later, Jake Ellison rolls to his right, avoids the rush, throws it up, and Donovan Sanzano comes down with the catch. It's 7-6. The students are right back in it. Here's the extra point. He gives it to Parker Amy, who shoots to the right. He gets the corner in the edge, and we've got ourselves a tie ball game after a possession for each team. The second possession, the faculty would try to use the ground game as Miss Nichols finds the edge in the corner. And 2 plays later, Mr. Starcher would again run to the left, avoiding 2 members of the defense, and he high steps it in for the touchdown. Here's the extra point again. Mr. Starcher play action once again. He rolls, he fires back across his body. There's Miss Drake Smith, a little touchdown celebration. It's 14-7. Not to be outdone by Mr. Starcher's moves, there's the quarterback, Jake Allison, as he makes 1, 2, 3 people, including Mr. Starcher moves. He runs it for a good run of about 20 yards. And again, 2 plays later, rolling to the right, avoids the rush by Miss Seller. And look at that, Parker Amy is wide open in the end zone. The defense is nowhere to be found. It's 14-13. The extra point, a little swing pass from Sophia Juarez, and we are all tied at 14. In the third possession, the handoff is to Mr. Starcher. He reverses pivot, fakes, he looks, he finds a wide open Mrs. Grant. It's a touchdown. It's a 20-14 lead, and the celebration is on. 3 scores, 3 touchdowns, 3 possessions for the teachers. And then again, who's open? Who else is favorite target on the day? Mrs. Grant. The defense would finally make a stand here for the faculty as Mr. Starcher snags it out of the air with the interception. And with only 8 seconds left, there's one final play before halftime. The give is to Mr. Starcher. He breaks to the right, searching. He makes Levi Rook miss, unfortunately, but the time has expired, but he's got to score. Can he get to the end zone? Can he get past Sloboda? He can. It's a touchdown, 27-14, and look at the rowboat celebration from the faculty. Here's the extra point. Mr. Starcher with time. He surveys. He looks. He sees Miss Nichols in the back of the end zone. She catches it. It's 28-14 at halftime. And folks, defense was optional here. Let's see what Coach Ellison and the students have in store for the second half. On the very second play, here's Jake. He heaves it downfield. The Hail Mary. And who does he find? Donovan Sanzano. Wide open, and just like that, the deficit is cut in half. It's 28-20. They would miss the extra point. The very next play for the faculty, Mr. Starcher is pressured, and Parker Amy with the interception. My goodness, the momentum is starting to swing. 2 plays later, a little rollout, avoids the rush from Mr. Weitzner. In the back of the end zone, there's that guy again, Donovan Sanzano. That's right, folks, another touchdown. It's 28-26, and all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. What would Mr. Starcher do? Well, he would respond with a trick play. As wide open is Mrs. Grant for the 35-yard touchdown pass as they extend their lead 34-26. They would again miss the extra point. Next possession for the students, a roll right, going forward again, going deep. He's looking for Sanzano, but there's Mr. Starcher, his second interception of the day, and the momentum is now leaning towards the faculty, trying to take a commanding lead. Another rush from Sanzano. He misses Starcher, buys time up and over the defender, and there's Mr. Klein. It's 40-26. The extra point, he's going to look to his left, and he's going to find Miss Drake Smith, and it's 41-26. Folks, it's starting to get a little ugly here. Next possession, students go all the way down the field. It's 4th down. Mr. Starcher returns the favor from last year. It's a pick 6, and folks, the route is now on. It's 47-26. The extra point, he's going to again look to his left. There's Mr. Trevino on the outcut, and he finds him. It's 48-26, a commanding 20-plus point lead. Not to be outdone, he's going to try to find one more player. He scrambles. Parker Amy trying to get him. Oh my goodness, how can he extend the play this long? It's so difficult for the defense to cover for more than 10 seconds. He finally searches back. There's Mr. Trevino wide open. It's 54-26. The students trying to rally here late in the second half. There's Donovan Sanzano. He makes 1, 2, 3 people miss. He scores again, his 4th touchdown of the day. The 2-point conversion here. Jake rolls to his right, throws back. His favorite target again. It's Donovan for another 2-point conversion. It's 54-34. But as time expires, the teachers will kneel it out, and that's the ball game. The faculty with the win, 54-34. They avenge last year's loss. Top players, Mr. Starcher finished the day with 8 touchdowns and over 300 yards passing. Mrs. Grant was his favorite target, finding her twice in the end zone and 2 for 2-point conversions. Jake Ellison led the students with 5 touchdown passes. Donovan Zanzano, what a day, folks. 4 receiving touchdowns. And Parker Amy had the 1 touchdown, the 1 interception of Mr. Starcher. Congratulations to the faculty as they reclaim the title.
Talk about being outside. The spring fling will be today at the school, 3:30 to 5:30.
Lastly, here are the White Doves
Quote of the day.
and birthdays.
The most effective way to do it is to do it. By Amelia.
Happy birthday!
Have a wonderful weekend, Pace Pirates.
Bye.